Find insight, guidance, and answers. Tune into Spirit with radio medium Laura Lee.
Hey, welcome back. Let's talk about what's blocking your perfect health, loving relationships, having the flow of money in your life, achieving your dreams. Let's get to the root of it. This is your 5-minute Spirit Reboot, and joining me in the studio today is intuitive and naturopath, Dr. Kimberly McGeorge. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
I hear you have created a new technology that infuses intuitive psychic readings and biofeedback called the Infinity Scan. Can you elaborate on that for us?
Yeah, I mean, frequency is like a buzzword. Even like the normies know what frequency is. But just like I say radio towers, broadcasting towers. And we're like, oh yeah, that's cool. But what we don't understand is we literally broadcast everything, every thought, every emotion, every program. If I believe in past lives, every past life, even future lives, everything's encoded in the spirit or the soul and the energy field. So what stops us from accessing it is the technology they use on us here. Plus, we all have this really bad tendency to lie to ourselves and to go into resistance.
Love that. What got you into this? What was your aha moment?
Desperation and pain. I was a single mom of 4 girls, and I say I'm a really slow learner. You know, I always struggled with my pregnancies, postpartum depression, horribly sick, just unwell. But finally, at about the 3rd or 4th one, I said to my midwife, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I want to end my life. And she's like, well, before you do that, why don't you take a drive through the Ohio hills, 2 or 3 hours, and go on a biofeedback machine. And I picked up that little copper thing that so many of us have held in chiropractic offices. And I heard a voice in my head that said, someday you'll own 2 of these machines and you'll help hundreds of thousands of people.
You listened to the small voice within.
Shockingly, that time, girlfriend, I did.
I love it. So how does Infinity Scan uncover the block?
It's really not me. I call myself the lazy psychic now. I really need to coin that term and advertise because I think that's very intriguing. But, you tell me everything because of my naturopathic background, clinical background, and because of 35 years of working with technology. I'm really good at A plus B equals C and D. I'm really good at putting together the pieces of the puzzle. So that's kind of how that works.
So give us one of your biggest cases that you've ever had to deal with employing your skill sets.
Well, I had a friend and she called me up one day and she said, clear the next 2 days. And I said, why? And she said, because you're bringing your machine, you're coming over to my house and you're working on my daughter for 2 days. And I'm like, why? I didn't know anything about this. And she said, well, my daughter has an appointment in Pennsylvania. She lived in Georgia and they're going to cut her open from head to toe because they don't know what's wrong with her. And she said, I know that you can figure out what's wrong. Amazingly, it's almost like she knew something I didn't because sure enough, I spent about 6 hours with her and we found out it was the ileocecal valve and that was causing all these problems. And, we got that straightened out and did some alternative things. But anyway, long story short, she didn't have to have the surgery. She recovered and she's still alive today with her kids. And even my daughter's going through this and I'm not going to tell her business, but, she's been to 4 doctors and finally she comes to me and says, Mom, will you scan me? And I'm like, okay, it's about time. It's just so cool because there's no mystery and I've been doing this so long. It doesn't matter if your husband's cheating on you or if you want to get to your childhood program because everything has a frequency, viruses, parasites, everything. I would say a 99.9% accuracy, and the lack of accuracy is me putting the wrong pieces together.
What do you think is the big takeaway for everybody out there who they know they have a block but don't know how to unearth it?
So as amazing as this technology is, I'm actually a big believer in not going outside of yourself, believe it or not. I really believe you hold all the answers. Even what I'm doing, I'm just, getting the answers from you. So you could get the answers from you. Where did AI come from? It didn't just drop out of nowhere. We created AI. So, I say we are the technology. It's silence to me. It's learning how to go into that no mind state. It's going into nature without your cell phone, without your dog, without your boyfriend or girlfriend or friends. It's like connecting and asking for assistance and connecting.
I love that. Thank you for sharing your wisdom. I'm with you. That's spot on. Where can people find you, Dr. Kimberly McGeorge?
Secret to everything spelled out, to.com.
If you like this segment and you want more Please subscribe. Please rate it. Please share it with your family and friends. And thank you for sharing your time with us today.
Thank you so much.